Okay, Shalom family. This is Sade again with a third. I just can't get enough of this woman research. I just have to share it with others. So I'm not going to be long on this article. I'm just going to show you a few paragraphs here in this article, Abraham Horite, Hebrew ancestors, how it says that how we come to understand that he is Shemitic and Hamitic based on the intermarrying within the Hamitic family. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the topic. This is a 2010 article that she did. Um, so let's start. It says in Genesis, we first meet Abraham and his family in Mesopotamia, but their ancestors were from Cush or ancient Nubia. His ancestors were from Cush or ancient Nubia. But we first meet his family in Mesopotamia, which is with the Levant. It says Abraham's family resided in the Tigris Euphrates River Valley because that is where Nimrod built a vast kingdom. It says consider the following list of Afro-Asiatic rulers. So here we have Noah. Let's go. Let me show you the map where. So this is the map. It says that Abraham family resided in the Tigris Euphrates River Valley. So Mesopotamia, Euphrates River, Tigris. This is where his it is saying that Abraham family resided in the kingdom. And then here you have the Levant here. You have summer here. There's an article also she wrote about summers. Um, so anyway, I just want to show you the map of the. This is the ancient Mesopotamian map. You have Palestine down here, Canaan, where they're having all that mess right now. You have Syria, the Hittite kingdom. Okay. But anyways, I'm not gonna stay on this real long. Arabian Desert, Sahara Desert, Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt. It was all melanated people, believe it or not. I digress. Finish up there, going with the article. Then it goes on to say, so here's Noah, and then Ham. Ham had Cush, Cush had Nimrod, Shem had Asher, and then daughter of Asher, and it goes on down the line here. And again, consider the following list of Afro-Asiatic rulers. Excuse me, just a second. I heard someone at my door, and I just wanted to make sure that my doors was locked. So, anyways, then it goes on to say, I'm just checking my ring to make sure nobody at my door here. It's dark out there, and my light wasn't on. Okay, so I'm good. Then it goes on to say, it says the diagram shows how the Hebrew lines of Ham and Shem intermarried. I'm right here. Intermarried. Note also that Nimrod's wife named her firstborn son Asher. So Nimrod's wife first named her first son was Asher. Right here. Indicating that she was his cousin bride. So they were cousins because they were cousins from the lines of, if you look at up here where it shows Noah, Ham, Shem, they're all related. So they were married amongst each other. So for us to say that we're not we don't have Hamitic blood in us is not facts, and that's it's not true. The fact is, we do have it in us. A lot of us don't want to admit that because we're always talking about the Hamites. Hamites. Well, you got some Hamite in you. I believe that. I believe I do. Although my research from my haplogroup is Shemitic, um, and I think has some little Hamitic in it too. When I was looking at my DNA, but my mom was, excuse me, my mom was Blackfoot Indian. My dad was Haitian, and then my grandmother was Indian too, and my granddad. And my dad was actually a Hamitic, but not Hamitic, but Haitian and Indian. So he had both. And my mom was Indian, Blackfoot, and her mom from her mom and her dad, and my dad, my grandmother, my grandfather. Anyway, it says Abraham is a pivotal figure in the Bible. He is the father of my people, the icon of faith, and a sent away son to whom God delivered a kingdom. The Bible designates Abraham a Hebrew, but clearly he was not the first. There's some good stuff, and it's like I don't want to just skip a lot of it. But anyway, I show these articles and videos uh, with her website because she has some proof, you all, that you can use when you're going to do your research and when you go do your videos. You can go and look at the research that she's done. She put it out here. She carries her receipts and she posts them. She's done 35 years of this. She's done, and she's telling people, "No, I know my stuff because I've done it for 35 years. I did my research." But you have some of these scholars trying to discredit her for a lot of stuff that she's done. But that's always the thing that they do. When truth come out, they don't want the truth come out, so they say the people are local and don't know what they're doing, or they're not educated enough, or don't have the authority, or whatever. It says the Hebrew is the English form of an ancient word Habiru or Habru or Apiru. The word Habiru, right here, and it's right here, um, are found in Akkadian. The corresponding word in Egyptian is per house or temple, good house or house, rejuvenation, this house, houses. It goes on to say Dravadians, Apuru, and so forth. And it was called shrines and temples and so houses and royal granaries and so forth. It says Abraham, after Abraham time, the Harris Papyrus speaks of Apuru of Re at Helopius as a Heliopolis. I think I haven't. I hope I didn't get that. Biblical on Jacob's son Joseph marrying to his Horite Hebrew line. So they're marrying amongst their cousins and stuff. That's how they kept the bloodline clean. It says here. It says the number 7 was a sacred number of Habiru, and there may be a connection to the Nilotic Luo word for 7, which is Iberio. It says here, y'all forgive me if I'm getting some of this. It says the Horite Hebrews of Nekhen offer salutation to the rising sun at their son Paru house. The Arabic Yakbaru means he is getting big, and with the intensive active prefix Yakobiru, which means he is enlarging. The Arabic express a linguistic relationship between the house and temple and his rising sun. Next, it says the anthropological evidence suggests that the Hebrew were caste of priests who served the archaic kingdom builders, like the Kushites, ruler Nimrod, Genesis 10. So Hebrew was serving as priests to the Kushites, the Kushite ruler of Nimrod. It says they served in royal temples and shrines held strictly to moral codes. similar to the Decalogue, maintained rituals, purity, practices of circumcision, and animal sacrifice on stone altars. The Hebrew priests line intermarried endogamy. This preserved their bloodlines. Just like I said, it preserved the bloodlines and guarded their secrets. They were skilled in astronomy, medicine, stonework, metalwork, and funnery, practice such as mummification. Mummification. It says before Abraham time, the Hebrew priests had dispersed in the service of kingdom builders. The data of Genesis 4 through 12 presents the dispersion of the early kingdom builder out of Africa. Nimrod, an ancestor of Abraham, is an example. Genesis 10 tells us that he was a Kushite kingdom builder. The religion observed in the territory of the Kushite rulers would have been the religion of their ancestors. If you go look at the map, Negro land, you're going to see all those the kingdoms on that map. I don't forget the year of it, but I know it's called Negro land. It says the Horites, Hebrews were a very prestigious ruler priest case. Thus, it appears that the ancient Horians or Horites were the first missionaries of the Messianic faith. This happened thousands of years after the earth was already populated, just as the Messiah appearing come thousands of years after the earliest Messianic expectation. Apparently, the Eternal One does not rush matters. He sure doesn't. He's a patient God and he takes his time. It says, okay, I'm not gonna go too much. I'm gonna just look at this. Right, I thought it was kind of interesting. It says the high God. We know our people have been everywhere. We've been all over the place. We've migrated, like she said, migrations, climate change. So when we migrate, we get to among different people, ethnic people. But we did migrate, and plus we was scattered as well through captivity. It says the high guard is sometimes shown with horns and a solar hollow halo in an image found from the Nile to the Cushan territory, such as far as the northwestern France and Ireland. So we know we migrated in no place. Not only migrated, we were also scattered and um, forced into other lands. It says among the biblical Horite Hebrew, the architect of Messiah was Horus or Enki, the son of God, who was said to rise from the dead on the third day. It says among the Celts he was Rock Rakas as Chromedome, and among the Serbs as Hor- Horimi Deba or Hor Div. He was regarded as a giving god. So this is a really good article. But the reason I'm showing this is because just showing how Hamitic and Shemitic people among the Hebrews and the Hamitic and Shemitic, they Afro-Asiatic people mixed together. They mixed. They marry among their cousins because they were cousins. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and stop this because again, I just want to do a couple of minutes of this. This is a really good article as well. She has an index with different titles. And since down here it says the cultural context of the Horite Hebrews and Canaan is Cushi. Cushi is a general term for people who lived in the region of Cush along the Nile between 2000 BC and 500 BC, before the time of the Cushites. So they did a lot of mixing we did a lot of mixing among the Cushites. A lot of mingling. A lot. For a long time. Now here's a map here. It says the kingdom of Cush, 700 BC. So this is the kingdom of Cush. You have the western desert, Cush Empire. I guess that's the Egyptian Empire. So you have the western desert, Lower Egypt, Upper Egypt, Thebes, Nubia, Okay, I can't see too much. That too good, but Western Desert. It says the Kushite king Menes was the first. Let me go back over here. I'm sorry. Um, the Kushite king Menes was the first to unite the Upper and Lower Nile, and the Kushite influence is seen on the earliest dynasty Egypt. It says Abraham Horan. Abraham, ruler, priest, ancestors are listed in Genesis 4, 5, and 11, and 36. These are the chapters. Apparently, they had a distinctive reddish, ruddy skin tone. They are called Horites in Genesis 36 because they were devotees of Horus, who was regarded as the son of the Creator. The oldest known center of Horus Hebrew worship is in Nekhen on the Nile. Oh, I'm going to try to pronounce that. That's a short. This is Nekhen short for this word. On the Nile, votive offering at the Nekhen temple were 10 times larger than the normal mace heads and bows found elsewhere, suggesting that this was a very prestigious shrine. Horite priest placed invocation to our Horus at the suggesting that this was a very prestigious shrine. The Horite priest placed invocation to Horus at the summit of the fortress as the sun rose. And this is the origin of the morning ritual of devout Hindus, and the Jewish sun blessing ritual, what is performed every 28 years. Jewish, I'm not going to go there. We know it should be Yehudians or Judeans or Hebrews. The Kushite people are descendant of Cush, and Cush's son Rama and Nimrod. Cush is listed in Genesis 10 as one of the Noah's grandsons. Cush was the father of Nimrod. Exactly. Okay, so y'all, this is all. You can go read this article. Some really good stuff here. She really got her. I mean, she really is a good um, researcher, and she did her diligent when she did her research. It's given a picture of the temple. Line 2, Seth of God, Seth, and line 3. So she's given this. I'm gonna let you look at this for a while. This is an image. 1939 translation. Oh, so this is a translation here, I guess. Is that what she's saying? Translation. I guess this means temples. I guess over here means Seth of the god Seth. The Net Anun of the city of the Anun people. Now check this out. The Anun people. Well, that's a whole different thing because there's a book called Revelation, the Movement of the Akan People from Canaan to Ghana. So when I purchased this book, I think I purchased like $60. It may have been $80, but now the book is hundreds of dollars, if not thousands already. And I bought this like a couple of years back. But it's also a good book that you may want to check out as well. Now you can buy the ABE books online for a lot reasonable than Amazon. Amazon seeing to I don't know what's going on with Amazon, but they always these books that you're trying to do some research and you want to find out information about your history and stuff. It's like they always have these books at a high price where you can't even afford them, a high price where you can't even afford them. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this with this. It says Abraham knew, ancestor knew the holy name Yahweh. Moses knew that the name because his father Aram was Horite, Hebrew, and Moses' half sister wife was a Kushite, and Moses' half sister wife was a Kushite. So his half sister wife, so his sister's wife, Moses' his half sister, or his half sister was Kushite. So she was mixed with Kushite and Shemitic. So she's Semitic and Hamitic. So y'all maybe start looking into. I start reading these articles. A lot of information on the Hamitic people and Shemitic people, how they mixed in and everything. and we have to understand that they are our cousin and we are related. So I say shalom and hope you enjoy this little food, a lot of food for thought.